sinking into the silence, reaching out for something you may never find, looking for a reason not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. To lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know.
Hey, what is up, everybody? We are back. We are now week 3 of Easy Answers, so we're getting ready to watch that video, and we're going to check in on Seth and see what's up with them as we learn. There's going to be a recap that rolls, so it'll keep you in the loop on that. So I hope you're enjoying this study as we just go through the process of what life looks like, how we answer to life's toughest questions and tough events, and just kind of even stuff similar to what we're going through in real life right now. And maybe you can have a conversation with your parents or someone close to you as you go through these things, or you watch these videos where we talk about it at the back end. Before we watch the video, though, real quick, I do want to hit something. If you are a graduating senior, you are class of 2020, we are super excited for you. You have accomplished great things, and although the year might look different, it may not look like a normal graduation right now, or you're kind of up in the air and not sure what's going to take place, that doesn't change your accomplishments and what you've all been able to do, and we're super excited for you. It doesn't change your potential, it doesn't change your possibilities, but we are excited to honor you at some point in time, and that'll happen here in the near future. So if you would just fill out a form for us, that's on the Facebook. It might be linked to the website. I'm not sure yet, but it's in Facebook, it's in Instagram, so you can find it. Fill that out for us so we have the appropriate information and we can honor you and celebrate you here in a couple weeks. And if you need more details on what that looks like, we'll let you know. But we're going to jump into the video tonight. And we're going to learn and see what's new with Seth, what that situation looks like with his mom, his girlfriend, the passing of his grandpa, and those kinds of things. And we'll be back to break it down at the end of it. So we'll see you in just a 2 second.
Hey, listen, this is my grandpa's place.
Oh,
and
yeah, he's solid. Paid up through the summer.
Yeah, he actually just passed away.
This is just a courtesy call to let you know that your son's scholarship has been revoked.
You know what your problem is? You're just wandering. You used to be willing to do something challenging.
Hey, Einstein. You still need a tutor?
Yeah?
So, how does this work?
You teach me math?
Those groups at school want to give you a cause or a credo and tie you down, but you don't need them. Be the inverse. Be free and unshackled. Hey.
We're waiting.
Waiting for what?
Grandpa's service. It's this morning. But just think about the example Grandpa was to people around him. And don't forget that you're also someone people admire.
Maybe they shouldn't.
Seth! It's me?
You're late.
You're supposed to be tutoring me.
Okay, well, there are 20 water balloons in this bucket, and I've thrown 2 of them. What percentage of balloons do I have left? You gotta think on your feet.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, he's unarmed.
Oh, hello. We were just learning about percentages with a hands-on activity. Hey! Hey, you distracted me, Livs. You shall pay.
Nice throw.
I missed on purpose. So you have to make me look good. Like I'm the best tutor you've ever had. Like I changed your life.
Are you actually gonna teach me something today?
I teach you something every day. Okay, so if you multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the coefficient, you can solve for s. So go ahead and do that. We need the reciprocal of both sides. Okay, 4/3 times 3/4, simplify before you multiply. This is 4/5. And there is your answer.
Wow. You're the best tutor I've ever had.
Did he tell you to say that?
He has changed my life.
I bet. Well, don't let me distract. Where do you want me to start?
What's this?
This device is called an answering machine. Our primitive ancestors used this to capture messages while they hunted the mighty dinosaurs.
Hi, this is Maxwell Munson. You know what to do.
Gonna miss that voice.
Me too.
So, how come you're not Seth's girlfriend?
Cody with the hard-hitting questions.
Because I'm someone else's girlfriend.
A mouth breather named Matt Lockwood.
And because Seth is a liar.
Am not.
Has he lied to you?
No.
No lie. I shoot straight with Cody.
Well, just be careful. He's not as endearing as he looks.
And she's exactly as smug as she looks. What? Maybe I was lying.
What did he lie about?
It wasn't one big lie. It was one little lie after another. Till it was everything.
You can just toss that in the trash pile.
Okay, I got one. What is the worst advice you can give someone using only 4 words?
Surprise a sleeping bear.
Buy a ferret farm.
Lick every bathroom stall.
Gross. Okay, how about recommend drugs to cops?
Name your baby Daenerys.
Question every expiration date.
Dance during your interview.
Tutor for a summer?
Skate on the roof.
Actually,
That was not a suggestion.
okay, I got one. Least favorite word. Go.
Moist. I hate that word.
Phlegm.
Mine is slurp. I can't stand it.
The worst forward advice would be slurp your moist phlegm.
Gross.
Go home, Cody. Seriously, leave your burger and get out. What happened to Matt?
He's moving some furniture. He said he might stop by later.
You don't have to stay all day. Feel free to leave whenever.
This is fun. How long does Cody usually stay?
It keeps getting longer and longer.
He admires you.
He's cool.
Glad you're around for the summer.
Didn't stay for me. I miss you.
I miss you.
Liz, I did something stupid.
Add it to the list.
I lost my scholarship.
What? How?
Turns out they want you to attend the classes they paid for.
Can they kick you out for not attending class?
They can if the reason involves the words underage and drinking.
What did your mom say?
You need to help me figure out how to tell her.
I can't help you if you're still living like you're untouchable.
What does that mean?
Even when you get caught, you still act like you got away clean.
I am clean.
So if I open that trash can lid, I'm not going to find a bunch of empty cans that tell a different story?
Why do you need proof? You don't trust me?
Sorry, but no.
Liz. I had one beer. The rest were Rubens. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by to hang out with the less fortunate.
Seth,
Yes, Pope Olivia?
forget it.
Say it. I disappoint you.
It's not that. So you try so hard to be disappointing. If you put half of that energy into building my trust instead of getting me to pity you, we'd probably still be together.
Yeah, will you let me know when Matt Lockwood tumbles face first off of his pedestal? Have fun with a lifetime of disappointment.
So you guys dated for how long?
Junior year of high school until last Christmas.
Did you cheat on her in college or something?
Maybe. I don't remember much about the night in question.
Not cool, bro.
You know, I'm just tired of people expecting me to be something amazing. What if I'm not reliable? I mean, what if I'm growing into something like a bum?
That's not growth. You went on to say yes to all the things you used to say no to. That makes you easy to sway, but not a bum. Besides, it takes one to know one.
But if I try to be the old me, it feels fake. I just don't want to say one thing and live another.
Trust me. Living life like you don't care about anything doesn't solve any problems. I mean, people won't call you a hypocrite. They'll just call you a jerk.
Let them.
Man, what is the worst that could happen if you let the people who care about you actually frickin' care about you? If I had that, I'd still be trying with my life.
I'd rather be free and unshackled.
Do you even hear yourself, man? You're like, I wrote these laws for lawlessness. It's not weak to believe in something.
Says the drunk.
Look who's talking. Stop acting like the only options are total tool and perfect. It's not that easy.
That's it. You're cut off.
Ha. What else you need solved? I'm on a roll, bro.
Hi, this is Maxwell Munson. You know what to do. Hi, this is Maxwell Munson. You know what to do. Hi, this is Maxwell Munson. You know what to do.
All right, so a little bit of new stuff going on there. We kind of got a little bit more insight to Seth and why him and his girlfriend broke up, and we're going to break a little bit of that down here in just a moment. So as you're sitting there, maybe process this and think about what he's going through. We're starting to learn more of the backstory of some of the stuff he's going through and why different things happen. And a lot of times we get to a spot in life where we have to begin thinking about why we're in a situation that we're in, and it's always going to be because of a decision that we made. It's not just because we're stuck here in this situation, and we always have a chance or the opportunity to change our outlook on the circumstances. We may not be able to change the circumstances we're in right now, but we can always change our perspective on that. And so what I'm going to talk about tonight, we talked about it about a month ago also. But it's the issue of hypocrisy, and that's what we go through with Seth as we look through that breakup and what that looked like. As he was saying he was one person and acting like that, but at the other side, he was a different person with some other people. And that's not a good way and a good look for your relationships of any type. So hypocrisy is just going to be our big topic tonight. And so if you're writing in a journal, you got a piece of paper, just title this, Don't Be a Hypocrite. We're going to keep it simple, keep it straight. And the point is this: hypocrisy kills influence. You cannot have any kind of influence. You can't be anything of substance because there is no substance if you're continually a hypocrite. And a hypocrite is just a person that says one thing and does something different on the other side. And a lot of people say, well, that's what Christians are. And that might be true in some of the sense, but the reason that Christians are like that is because we are all a broken people. We all struggle, we all fall short, but ultimately that's where Jesus steps in as a perfect sacrifice, as a perfect leader, and stepped in the gap for us. And based on that, because of our mistakes, we're made clean because of what he did, not because of what we do. And sometimes we might look like a hypocrite, but it's not about what we look like in the moment, it's about our response to that situation. We may mess up here, but we're going to say, you know what, Jesus is bigger than that mistake. And I'm going to learn from it and grow from it. And I'm not going to do that again. He's bigger than my struggles. He's bigger than my weaknesses. And I'm going to leave that behind. And some people might say, you know what, you are just a hypocrite because you do the same things that I do, or you've done the same things that I've done. And the key part of that is it's past tense. It has to be something that you have. Not that you do, but that you have, and you've learned from it and moved from it. You see, hypocrisy kills influence. And there's been times in my life that people have even seen me as a hypocrite. And it may not even be something that I've done necessarily. You mean, like, what do you mean by that? It has to be something that you've done. Well, everybody has different perspectives and things. And growing up as a PK, a pastor's kid, based on just who I am, it may not look the same to other people. But because you're a pastor's kid, should you be doing that, or should you be here? Should you be there? Should you be with them? And then you look like a hypocrite based on what other people think as well. And then so we go through these processes in life, and we have to think about our decisions and where we're going and where we want to be and what we want to do and how we're going to get there and what our decisions right now and how they're going to impact the future of those possibilities and those potentials. See, hypocrite is proclaiming to have a certain belief about what is right, but behaving in a way that disagrees with those beliefs. The root of the word hypocrite comes from the Greek, and it's the word Hippocrates, Hupkrites. And in that Greek, what that word actually means, it means is an actor, a play role, someone that wears a mask. And that's what we do a lot of times in life, and a lot of us have a bunch of different masks. We're continually playing the role or acting out the situation or putting on the mask of the place that we're supposed to be and the person that we're supposed to be to fit that scenario. But ultimately, whenever we're putting the mask on and we're replacing with a different one, we're always trying to shape where we're going and who we're supposed to be or who we think we're supposed to be or who everybody else wants us to be. We never get to be our true self. And I think one of the scariest things that happens and one of the things that's saddest in these situations is just that, is that when we're always trying to fit a situation, we're trying to fit a mold, that we never find out or we lose who we really are in that moment or in those realms and those possibilities because we don't know who we are. And in that not knowing who we are, we may not get to see who God's created us to be. Because we don't know what tomorrow holds. So our decisions today impact tomorrow. But we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And so we have to think about our decisions and what this looks like in the future. And how is it going to shape me into all God has in store for me? To be able to run for what he has for me. To be able to bring people to his throne. To grow his kingdom. To glorify him. So that his name can be made great. And I can celebrate him with others around me. See, hypocrisy is just simple things, and a lot of us do. It's things that are simple as just saying, hey, don't text and drive. And you're saying that to one of your friends when you're in the car with them, but then you get in the car and you're headed home from school. Not right now, but next year. Or maybe you're leaving a practice or you're leaving a friend's house or wherever, and your little brother's next to you, and you're driving home and you whip out your phone and you start texting. Just that right there. Maybe it's telling a joke that isn't completely appropriate, and then you're getting onto someone else for their humor, or it's a racist joke and you're saying, but I'm not racist, but you're putting down other cultures in those kind of things. There are things that seem so little, or not wearing a seatbelt, or saying, this is a huge one, gossip. Saying that gossip is bad, but then you're always the one that people are coming to with something. You're saying, you know what, I don't gossip about people. Think about it this way. You say that I don't gossip about people, but who are people continually coming with information? The things about other people. You see, if people are continually coming to you with that, then ultimately a lot of times you're going to be the root of that spot, and they think you're the person that wants to be in the know all the time. You're the person that really wants to dig deep, and you're the root of a lot of the gossip. Just little things that add up to be big. See, we have all these masks and we have all these things that we try and be that we want to be. And we exhaust ourselves in trying to put on the face and trying to play the role and trying to be that person. And if you want to be a person of true influence, you have to know what you believe in order to live that way. You can't give anyone a reason to doubt who you are based on how you live. You can't give them reason to doubt what you say because of what you look like or what you do. If you say you're a Christian, then live like a Christian. Matthew 15 says this, verses 7-9. You hypocrites, Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you. These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules. I think if we look through this passage and we looked at it through the lens of the church now, how important is church to you? Not the gathering of people in the building, not the events held on Wednesday night or the extra things we do that are big on Saturday nights or going to camp, but the real moments. The ones that you spend in your room early in the morning before going to school. The late nights that you just sit in your car and you turn the worship music up and sing as loud as you can just to feel the presence of God. Those moments. The ones that where you can say out of your mouth, but also out of the heart is where it comes. Because there's a whole lot of people who walk through the doors and they say the same things that you say, but their heart is far from God. And I hope and I pray that that is not you, that you're just saying it's just word vomit coming out. You know, I believe in Jesus. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I want to do great things. I want to see people saved. I want to make people's lives impacted and changed. Lip service, and it's coming out because nothing is actually coming out of the heart. You're just throwing it up on Instagram whenever you go do a service project, just so other people can see what you're doing. Not what God is doing, but what you're doing. There's 3 ways for us to make sure that we don't be a hypocrite. The first is this. Now, these are all pretty simple, but we forget about them so often. The first is this, and it's don't talk bad about others. Simple, straightforward, easy. Just don't do it. Everybody's life is valuable and worth something, and God has created them for a reason. Don't demean them and put them down just because of your insecurities. They need affirmation just as much as you do. They need people to encourage them just as much as you do. You don't know what they're going through, but your encouragement, baby, what gets them through the day. It says this in Matthew 7, verses 1 through 5. Do not judge others, and you will not be judged, for you will be treated as you treat others. That should be all you have to read, is you will be treated as you treat others. But it goes on and says, the standard you use in judging is the standard by which you will be judged. And why worry about a speck in your friend's eye when you have a log in your own? How can you think of saying to your friend, let me help you get rid of that speck in your eye when you can't see past the log in your own? You hypocrite, first get rid of the log in your own eye, then you will see enough to deal with the speck in your friend's eye. See, how many times is this us? We have so many struggles in our life that we have pushed back to the end of the aisle, to the back of the closet. We covered it up. We've thrown pillows over the top of it so where we can't see it. But as soon as we see someone else struggling, we are right there to help. When a lot of times it's us that needs the help. And then we begin pointing the finger at them. And it's as simple as this. You've heard it before. When you point a finger at someone else, always remember, there are 3 pointing back at you. It takes a lot of self-reflection. How would you expect to be able to help someone if you can't be healthy yourself? How are you going to help them to be healthy and in a right mind if you're not even there either? We go through these things thinking that I can be the person, and it's the lip service rather than the heart service. But if you truly cared about a person, then you would take care of yourself, and then you could show them an appropriate pattern. Or you have learned from these same mistakes, and you can walk them through that and encourage them in that. But we are so blinded by our struggles that we don't see what they have. Because first we have to get that out of the way in order to really help them with what they have. James 1:26 says this, those who consider themselves religious and yet do not keep a tight rein on their tongues deceive themselves, and their religion is worthless. Out of the heart, the mouth speaks. Pay attention to what you say, because what you say has some depth to it no matter what it is. It's coming from somewhere. You're not just saying it just to say it. And if you say it just to say it, there's a lot of says there I just put out. But if you say it just to say it, then you're putting on one of the masks. You're saying it just to look like those around you, just to fit into that circle, just to fit in to those people and what they think you should be or what you think they think you should be. And if you don't have a tight rein on what you're saying, then ultimately what you're saying is worthless. The second thing is this. Practice what you preach. Don't just say it, but do it. Be about it. You shouldn't have to say what you believe. You shouldn't have to say what you're preaching. You should just be about it and it be evident in your daily life. People should be able to just flock to you and know who you are and know what you're about. See, I really believe that as Christians, we should be positive and we should have good outlook and we should be full of faith. And I think when we walk into a room, people should notice. People should feel that. They should feel that power of the Holy Spirit, that love within the room just shifts. We're a thermostat rather than a thermometer. But a lot of times we carry so much oppression and depression that nobody wants to be around us. Or maybe it's because we think we're high and mighty and we're putting other people down because they're not on our level. We are all broken. And people should be able to come to us and be able to relate to us because they've seen what we've walked through. They know our struggles. And they can see that we practice what we preach. We're not just saying it, but we're about it. You know, there's church mantras and there's captions to post on your Instagram, and there's all kinds of different things, but ultimately they are nothing without action. And you have to be about it, not just saying it. The third is this: stick to your beliefs. Don't just randomly change with the winds. You see, a lot of people shift their perspective as you grow and you learn new things, but what's really cool about the Bible is that it's never changed. God has never changed. And your beliefs won't change when you are rooted in Jesus. But you can't be rooted unless you know. See, sticking to your beliefs isn't always easy. But the truth is this, is that oftentimes the ones that are the loudest in the rooms are the ones that don't know what they believe. Because they feel like if they are vocal about what they're saying, then you will pay attention and you will catch what they're hearing. They're trying to make themselves known. And by making themselves projected and loud, you're not going to be able to see past the surface. We want people to see past the surface. We want them to know more about our beliefs. We want them to be able to have a real, authentic connection, to experience real, authentic love that Jesus has for them. Hypocrisy kills any influence you may have, and it will diminish any impact on those you have around you. Because as soon as you say you believe something and you do something different, or you say you believe something and then you shift on it, people will begin to question where your loyalties really lie. And they'll begin to wonder if what you believe or who you are is even real. Some of you know that you've been hypocritical in how you've lived your life. And maybe it's time for us to do something about that, for you to do something about it. Something that I had to check myself on a lot, just on what kind of music you listen to, what things you watch, where you go, who you're around. We did a Bible study last week. We do it every Tuesday night, high school guys at 9 o'clock. If you're interested, let me know. We talked last week, though. We're going through the book of Mark right now. And one thing I think is super cool about Jesus and how he ate with sinners and he was around them is that they always came to him. He'd be walking through somewhere, he'd say, hey, come join me for dinner. He didn't have to get into the depths. He didn't have to get in sticky situations. People knew about him and they knew he was different. And all he had to say was, hey, come with me. You're saying, well, I mean, it's Jesus. Of course they would. Well, at that time, they didn't necessarily know that. And so what kind of influence do you have? Is someone just going to be like, hey, if you were like, hey, come with me, listen to this. Would they come? Would they want to have dinner with you? Or would they push you to the side because you're always putting them down? Maybe it's time for you to step up in that way. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray. And then maybe you can drop some comments and the questions and stuff like that, and we'll get to them one day. I'll send you a message, and we'll walk through that with you, or shoot us an email. But we are better than being hypocrites. We're better than living 2, 3, 4 different kinds of lives, one for each day of the week. We're better than that. Jesus created you for more. God's called you to greater. So let's be about it. God, I thank you for your word. I thank you for connections. I thank you for all you have in store for each student, each parent, each random person that's watching online right now, God. Lord, I pray that tonight would be a stepping stone, a moment in their life where they recognize there's more real in them. That by owning what they've done and what they've struggled doesn't make them weaker. It makes them relatable, and it makes your story told through them. God, that you would give them strength to be able to be different and to be about it and not just say it. God, that we would be a church of action and not just a church of words. That we would be different than what people label us as. But that we will create our own label and it be one that's authentic and true and caring and passionate and grounded and rooted. God, for those who are struggling through this time of just keeping sane or trying to figure out what to do or where to go next and trying to find answers, God, I pray that you would give them a peace and a comfort and a calming stillness just to relate and to remember that you are always, always there. And you have something great in store for them. God, I pray for when we do struggle and those strongholds and those temptations arise, God, that we would push them to the side, or when we do fall, God, that we would reach out to you and ask for forgiveness to those around us that we let down or that we hurt. God, I pray that we don't put other people down around us. We don't talk bad about them. God, that we know what we believe and we stand on that and we put this life into action. And we reach people for your glory, to grow your kingdom and make your name known. Lord, we thank you for what you've done for us, for the sacrifice you've made, for the opportunities you've created. God, for loving us and creating us. You're so good, and we're excited for what you have in store. We thank you, and we praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. Hey, don't forget, if you're a graduating senior, please fill out that form so we can honor you and recognize you here in the coming weeks. Stay up to date as there's continually new info coming out on gathering times and those different things. And we're going to keep you in the loop on that. And when we'll get to be back together, and we're excited for when that day comes. Again, you are special, you are loved, you are valued, and we care about you. And we're excited for what God has in store for you. If you have any questions or you need someone to pray with you, please drop a comment or send us a message, and we would love to get someone connected with you, because you are not in this thing alone, and we're here to cheer you on each and every day. RLC Youth, we love you. We will catch you later.